Heavy wind and rain pummel central New York as severe storms sweep across the Northeast, spawning at least 3 tornadoes, destroying homes and killing at least 5 people, including 1 child. The powerful storms downed power lines, cracked utility poles, and uprooted massive trees, leaving over 400,000 people without electricity this morning. Homes almost completely leveled, leaving 4 dead and authorities still searching door to door for survivors.
Bad thunderstorm to crazy, and that, I mean, that's about the best way to describe it. It was just crazy.
Typhoon Neoguri has been pummeling the southern Japanese islands of Okinawa, leaving at least 1 man dead and more than a dozen injured. 500,000 residents were urged to evacuate their homes ahead of torrential rain and high winds. The typhoon also caused waves of up to 14 meters high. Airports were shut with hundreds of flights cancelled. Only a brave few ventured outside.
Israel is continuing its largest military offensive against Gaza in nearly 2 years. The airstrikes are in response to rockets launched at Israel by Palestinian militants. Wendy Gillette has the latest.
2 rockets streaked through the sky over a wedding ceremony in Ashdod, Israel, about 20 miles north of Gaza. Guests are seen running for cover as shrapnel rained down. In all, Israel says more than 140 rockets were launched at the Jewish state, 29 of them intercepted by its Iron Dome missile defense system. Israel hit back hard. Airstrikes destroyed sites that Israel said were used by Hamas, the Palestinian militant group that controls Gaza. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu told his military leaders to, quote, take the gloves off in their fight with Hamas. Hamas said that in the face of aggression, Israel should not dream of calm and stability.
A Palestinian official says that Mahmoud Abbas' security forces should stop working with Israel. Bassem al-Salhi, a member of the Palestinian parliament, says the one-sided security cooperation where the Palestinians have to do their part and the Israelis do nothing should end. Israeli officials said it was not clear yet whether he was killed by Israelis or as part of a domestic dispute, and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu ordered a full investigation, also condemning the killing as a despicable act.
Now, Iraq's ambassador has told the UN that the so-called Islamic State militant group has seized nuclear material in the country's north. This is according to the Reuters news agency.
Difficult to say exactly how many people were there. It wasn't an enormous rally. Hundreds of people, as you say, maybe up to 1,000. That's also taking into consideration the situation, the high tensions in the city. Many people probably being afraid to come out onto the street, and obviously people who are afraid of showing any support for the Kiev government, being afraid to go out on the street. But there was a very defiant mood, apparently, and speakers were saying that this was, or claiming that this was a brilliant tactical move by the pro-Russian rebels to withdraw from Slavyansk and Kramatorsk and regroup in part in Donetsk. Although that should be said that as they were speaking, the Ukrainian president Petro Poroshenko announced that two other cities, Druzhivka and Artyomovsk, had also had the Ukrainian flag raised above the city halls. They'd been retaken. So apparently the momentum, at least for the moment, is with Ukrainian government troops.